Yo, what's up, mams? It's your boy J-Dub, back again with another video, and this week will be a little prediction video. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, approximately a week from now will be the highly anticipated KSI versus Tommy Fury fight card. As you guys know, man, you know, I'm really into like the whole YouTube boxing stuff. You know, I feel like I have like I know a lot about the scene in general, because I've seen a few of the other Misfits cards, and you know, they've been okay. You know, they've been decent, but this one's actually like really good, really stacked. Especially if you're like, you know, within the YouTube boxing community. There's a lot of big names, a lot of very good fights up here. But, you know, without further ado, you know, I want to make my predictions for each and every one of these fights. Starting off with Chase Demore versus Tempo Arts. These two have had several fights. Actually, let me look up their records. YouTube box rec, similar to the actual like box rec for professionals, except for this is for YouTubers and stuff. I'd rather use this since it has, you know, all of the influencers up here. I believe that this is like, you know, very up to date with how. Anyways, yes, Chase Demore. Yeah, he does not have a very good looking record, if I do say so myself. 0 wins, 1 draw. I would actually show footage, but I'm not sure if this video will get taken down because it's owned by DAWG and stuff, and I don't really want to have to deal with any more copyright stuff. And of course, you know, we got Tempo Arts. 2 wins so far, went 4 rounds. Not bad. Looking at these fights, I'm gonna have to admit, I think that Chase Demore will win, but in my heart, I want Tempo Arts to win. Because honestly, bro, if you look at his fights, he's shown a lot of heart. He's shown a lot of dedication to the sport. I want him to win personally. But sadly, I do believe that Chase Demore will get the win for this one. No, Chase Demore by decision. Though that is a very, you know, I do really want Tempo Arts to win, but it is what it is. Moving on, we got SX versus DTG, another prelim fight. DTG, I will be talking about him first since I believe that SX is making his debut. Yup, debut fighter. DTG is lost his only fight against Halal Ham. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. Fair play. Halal Ham has a record of 3 fights. 3 losses. But anyways, I had to say who would win. I'd say DDG, only because he's got some sort of experience since SX is just now going into the fight game. I'm rooting for SX though. Like him. He's cool. He makes cool music. Yeah, there's not much else to say. Moving on, we got Astrid Wet versus Alexia Grace for the Misfits Flyweight Championship. I believe this is the only women's fight up here. Yes, Astrid Wet, 2 wins, 1 knockout. I believe that she's already the champion. This is the first title defense on the card so far against Alexia Grace, who is making her debut apparently. Okay. Yeah, there's not really much else to say. Astrid Wet's winning this. You know, I don't know anything about the other person. I'm sure that they're a decent fighter, but going off of experience, yeah, Astrid Wet's winning that hands down. Anyways, moving on to one of my favorite cards or fights on the card. Swarms versus Ryan Taylor 2, the rematch. Swarms, very confusing record of 1 win and 2 losses, sadly. Also very bad. 0 wins, 3 losses, 2 knockouts, and 1 draw. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this. Obviously, I'm rooting for my boy Swarms. I'm gonna say this now. I believe Swarms will win, because I think the reason why he won the first time was because Ryan Taylor didn't even train for the fights. Thought he could just breeze through it, like I said. So I believe that, you know, this will be a bit more of a fair fight. I think Swarms will win. He's been more active recently, is what I'll say. Ryan Taylor hasn't fought in 9-10 months. Or something like that. Overall, yeah, there's not much to say about it. Moving out of the prelims, we head to the main card itself. Starting off with the tag team match between Wasabi Lameo versus the Los Pineda Coladas. Alex Wasabi, probably the most credible person up there. At least, you know, in terms of like wins and stuff. 2 wins. Alongside Nick Lamau as his tag team partner. He's got 1 loss. Who do I believe will win this? I think, yeah, Wasabi Lamau. I'm rooting for the other team, but honestly, yeah, continue. You got Alex Wasabi, Nick LMAO, 2 very decent counter punchers. I would look at B Dave and Pineda's records, but they're not so good. Pineda lost against KSI, won against B Dave. I mean, they both already have fought in a tag team match, actually. But yeah, game's a game. Next, we got Whindersson Nunes versus my mate Nate. Both of them are from the Kingpin tournament, starting with Whindersson Nunes. 2 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw. My mate Nate, 3 wins and 1 loss via TKO. These 2 being King Kenny's kids, his children. If I had to say, I'd say Whindersson Nunes wins this. Only because Whindersson went the distance with King Kenny, whereas my mate Nate only went 2 rounds against him. Styles makes fights, but just fuck you. I don't care. Next! Speaking of King Kenny versus Anthony Taylor for the light heavyweight Misfits championship. Very odd fight in my opinion. You know, I don't believe that, you know, because Anthony Taylor is an actual pro and King Kenny's just a YouTuber. I don't think that YouTubers and professional fighters should be fighting each other at this level. King Kenny, decent record. Well, okay. 4 wins, 2 losses. 4 wins, 2 losses. Pretty boy Anthony Taylor has a wide catalog of fights. His notable fights: fought against Tommy Fury, lost to him via decision. If I had to say, I'd say Anthony Taylor wins this. I mean, King Kenny's good. You know, he's a good, he's got on the back foot. You know, he has very long arms, so he likes to, you know, pick his shots from afar. But Anthony Taylor's a very, like, up close and personal fighter. He will freaking do anything to get inside and kill you, as seen with Anthony, against Salt Poppy, who is also a very good counter puncher. Sadly, he lost. Anthony Taylor. I think Anthony Taylor wins this. Probably by decision, considering that's most of his catalog. But yeah, you know. It will be an interesting fight, though. I will be looking forward to this one. Dean the Great versus Waleed Sharks 2, the rematch. This will be a good one. This will actually be like a because, you know, whereas all the other ones, it's just YouTubers going in the ring and just fighting. This one will actually be like a somewhat technical fight. These 2 have had a long history together against each other. Now, honestly, I don't know who's gonna win, because although, you know, Waleed Sharks is shown to be like a very technical fighter, you know, knocking down Dean the Great on their first clash. However, Dean the Great knocked him out, has that knockout power. If I had to say, Dean wins, but I believe that, you know, Dean the Great has since then has changed as a fighter. Same, I mean, obviously, same with Waleed Shark. Which, it's very weird to talk about this because it's one of the closest fights up here to where you can honestly make an argument for either or. But I do believe that Dean the Great will win this again, but I could be wrong, of course. Next, we got one of my favorite, like probably my absolute favorite fight on this card so far. Salt Poppy versus Slim Albahar for the middleweight championship. Oh my god, bro. This fight has been built up so good. I'm excited for it. 2 of my favorite fighters on Misfits, on YouTube boxing in general. Salt Poppy, 3 wins, 2 knockouts, and 1 loss. And of course, is fighting Slim Albahar now, who has an impressive 6 fights with 4 knockouts. One of the oldest YouTube fighters in the history of YouTube boxing. Of course, this fight is going to be a good one. Honestly, I love both guys, both really good fighters. I say that Slim gets it in the end. Had to say, Salt Poppy would have been win by knockout, whereas Slim would win by decision. Like, if that's the only way that either guys will win. I'm rooting for Slim, you know, one of the oldest fighters up here. But, you know, Salt Poppy could get it. Everyone thinks he's going to win anyway, so. But I'm rooting for my boy Slim. Leading into the main events, Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis. If Dylan Dennis hasn't pulled out already by the time this video comes out. There's not really much to say, honestly. Logan Paul's going to win this, bro. Dylan's not a boxer. He's not even a striker. He does MMA, but is mainly, you know, involved with jiu-jitsu. That's his bread and butter. But this is boxing. He's not going to win. Logan's going to fucking beat the crap out of him. Especially what Dylan's been saying about his wife, which is funny as fuck, but disrespectful as shit. But it's a fight game. Game's a game. Logan's winning this. There's no argument. There's no argument. And of course, we got a main event. KSI versus Tommy Fury. Listen, man. It's hard to make a prediction for this fight, because you can either go with pure logic or pure heart. My mind says Tommy Fury's gonna win, but my heart says KSI will get in the end. if you're looking at this at a pure logical point, like, you'd have to be an idiot to say that Tommy Fury loses. Bro has all the experience, all of the, bro's been fighting since he was 7 years old. He is part of the Fury name. He beat Jake Paul. He schooled him. And KSI, as much as I hate to say this, hasn't fought anyone decent. The only somewhat good person he's actually fought was Logan Paul, and that was 4 years ago. Or maybe even 5. Like, come on. As much as I like KSI, I'm a big fan of him. I want, if he proves all of us wrong, then fair enough. Hey, he's the GOAT. He's the almighty. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna leave it there, man. Let me know, what are your predictions for these fights? Obviously, I could be wrong, very well be wrong. I wouldn't be surprised if all my predictions are wrong. And the other person who... Anyways, yeah, thanks for watching this video. Leave a like, subscribe. Yeah, like I said, comment down below. Who do you think is gonna win? At least between KSI and Tommy Fury. What else is there to say? It's been your boy, JDub, signing out.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go.